Algebra Set U linear inequalities. Find the range of x for the following inequalities. So, suppose I give you x is equal to 6. On a number line, this is 0, this is 3, this is 6. So x is equal to 6, meaning this is x. Yeah. But if I say x is lesser than 6, then there would be an empty circle, and this would be the thing, right? Everything, right up to negative infinity. X less than 6. It doesn't include 6, therefore an empty circle, and then everything lesser than 6. Everything, real numbers, fractions, everything, negative numbers, everything, up to negative infinity. If I say x is less than equal to 6, then in that case, it would be not an empty circle, but a solid circle. And then you have this. Now that means includes the 6. That means not including the 6. Yeah. This equals 6 and everything lesser than 6. And x equal to 6 means just that dot. So that's inequalities for you. And similarly for greater than and greater than equal to. Okay. Right. So first one, 3x minus 4 less than equal to 9x by 2 plus 5. So basically, what we want to do with this question, this expression is simplify it, just like we simplified an equation, a simple equation where 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. So what we did, we brought the numbers together, yeah, like that, yeah, and then we got this, and then we divide by 2 and we got x is equal to 1. We're going to do something similar to that, yeah, except that it won't be equal to, it will be less than equal to, or maybe less than, or maybe greater than, or maybe greater than equal to. Okay, that's what we're going to end up getting. So we're going to simplify this expression. So what we want to do is first simplify this expression by multiplying 2 throughout, because we want to get rid of this denominator 2. So when we multiply 2 throughout, we end up getting 6x, that is 3x into 2 is 6x, minus 8, because 4 becomes 8 because we're multiplying 2 throughout, yeah, and then less than equal to 9x, because when we multiply 9x by 2 becomes 9x plus that. Now we bring the x's together and non-x's together. So out here, I want to, I'll solve this in 2 ways, okay? So that you understand what happens if you take the negative x on one side. So 9x, if it comes here on the left hand side, this is what you get. And then plus 10 plus 8, like that. So you get negative 3x less than equal to 18. Right? Now we'll divide 3 on both sides. You get negative x less than equal to 6. So I want to find the range of x, not negative x, not negative x. Yeah, only x. So I need to get rid of the negative sign. Now, this is the important part about inequalities. When you multiply or with a negative 1 on both sides, yeah, which is, in other words, when you get rid of the negative sign, yeah, you'll have to flip the sign like this. You're multiplying negative 1 on both sides. So negative x becomes x and 6 becomes negative 6, but at the same time, the sign flips. Okay? Right. So take my word for it, yeah, because this is a solutions video. I'm not getting into the explanation part, but you can work it out on a number line. Yeah. So I'll just show it to you for this one. So this is 6, let's say, and I've got negative x lesser than equal to 6. Okay. So that's my negative x lesser than equal to 6. Right. So what kind of numbers is negative x? What kind of numbers is negative x? All right. Negative x does not on its own mean, yeah, that they are negative numbers. No, no, no. As you can see, up to 0, the x part is positive, positive. But after 0, it's negative. What it means is that the value of x, the value of x is negative, yeah, like -6, -5, -4, -1, -2, -3, 0. And then after 0, yeah, x is, so I'm going to use a bracket out here. So what is the value of, you know, not negative x, but let's say what is the value of x? Okay. So we'll come to the negative x part in a minute. First, let's understand what is the value of x. So I'll put it out here. The value of x is -6, -5, dot, 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 -1, 0, 1, 2, and then infinity. That's the value of x. Why is that so? Is because between 0 and 6 on the number line, our number line is always from negative to positive, correct? So the values of x, yeah, why is it -6, -5 between this and this? Why is it -6, -5 up to -1 between 0 and 6 when clearly 0 and 6 are positive? Yes, they are positive on the number line, but the value of x on its own is negative is because you're looking at negative x out here, which is lesser than equal to 6. Yeah. So maybe I'm not explaining that well, and maybe the diagrams are messed up. But that's what I have for the timing right now. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that x on its own are these values, right? And why is x those values? Because negative x is lesser than equal to 6, which essentially on the number line would mean that you take the negative of this entire thing and you'll end up getting 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and dot 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 up to negative infinity, yeah, including 0. So negative x are these values lesser than 6. Now this actually represents the number line, correct? Negative x is lesser than equal to 6. So on the number line, it is this portion, yeah, going down. But what I'm writing on the top, these are the x values. These are the x values. Okay. So then if you multiply this negative x with x, I mean, with negative, this negative x with -1 on both sides, you end up getting this, and which is essentially what I'm getting, yeah, greater than equal to -6, right? So from -6 onwards, if you look at these x values, they are -6, -5, -4, and they're going down, correct? Right? So essentially, and the x values are these. See, saw that? These are the x values, which is proved out here. Anyway, so you'll have to sit down and work it out on your own. A complicated business. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you. Okay, but just remember, okay, so the rule is simple. Let's get back to the solution part. So we worked out this part, okay, we divided by 3. And then when we flip the sign, yeah, that is when we're looking for x only, we're multiplying -1 on both sides. You flip the sign, okay? So the operation is the same. You flip x and you flip 6, so 6 becomes -6, and minus x becomes x, but at the same time you flip the inequality as well. Okay. So what was the other way I was showing you? So now the other way was simply, instead of taking x on the left hand side, I'm taking x on the right hand side. So that negative flipping part doesn't interfere with your calculation part. Because sometimes what happens is And it can happen to anyone. Okay, even if you're very proficient, it can happen. Basic silly mistakes, addition, subtraction, and forgetting to flip the inequality sign, it can happen to anybody. Okay, so the best thing what I am doing right now is this is the approach you can probably have. Instead of taking 9x to the left hand side and getting a negative 3x, you might as well as take 6x on to the right hand side and get 9x minus 3x, and you have minus 8, and you have minus 10, so you have minus 18 less than equal to 6x. Now if you divide by 3, yeah, my bad, hang on, it's not 3x, it's 6x. Yeah, yeah. So if you divide by 3, then you get negative 6 less than equal to x. So negative 6 is less than equal to x. Yeah, it means x is greater than equal to minus 6, right? If something is lesser than x, then x is greater than that something. So essentially, this is the same thing, these two things, right? So you can understand it from here. If I say that x is greater than 5, then 5 is lesser than x. That's what I've done out here. Minus 6 is less than equal to x, then x is greater than equal to minus 6. Okay, now don't get confused. I've not flipped the inequality on the right hand side. The second calculation that I've done, let me put a Roman number 2 and Roman number 1. So in the second one, I've not flipped the inequality. All right, I'm just giving you a logical output. But on the left hand side, I've flipped the inequality because I had to change the negative x to x. And both are giving you the same result. If you see, result of 1 and result of 2 are one and the same thing. Okay, moving on. Second one. 2x by 3 plus 4 is greater than 3x minus 9. Okay, so first simplify the expression by multiplying 3 throughout. Okay, now take x's the way you want it. So I'm gonna you know uh, do the first method by taking 9x to the left hand side. Yeah, I got minus 27 and minus 12. So I got 5x. Where am I doing? Yeah, see, silly errors. So yeah, I think I just wrote down the end result: 2x minus 9x is 7x. So, let me do it step by step. Yeah, it's greater than minus 27 minus 12. So I got negative 7x. Okay. Hmm. Is greater than negative 39. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Now negative negative cancels. But that canceling will flip the sign, because what is essentially happening? You're multiplying with a negative one. All right. Right. So you're flipping the sign, but not one side, but both sides. Nevertheless, you're flipping the sign. That means your inequality will change. Got it? So your final answer, x, is you divide 7 on both sides. So x is lesser than 39 by 7. So how do you represent this on the number line? So 39 by 7 is roughly 5 and something. Yeah. So if this is 5 and this is 6, then you have your not an empty circle, solid circle, but an empty circle, and it goes like this. Understood? Right? 7 6 are 42, 7 5 are 35. So 39 by 7 is somewhere between 5 and 6. So that's how you represent on a number line. Okay. Now, uh, let me show you the second way also, where I, take x as positive. So I'll start with the second step, 2x plus 12. greater than 9x minus 27. Now I'll take x on the right hand side. So I get 27 plus 12 greater than 9x minus 2x. That is 7x. And that is 39. Divide by 7 on both sides. So 39 by 7 is greater than x. That means x is lesser than 39 by 7. So I hope you get this. Okay. I'm not going to do both methods now. I'll just stick to any one, whichever comes to my mind. Okay. So multiply. Should you multiply 4 throughout or multiply 2 throughout? So obviously you multiply with a least common multiple of 2 and 4, which is 4. Understood? So I'll multiply 4 on both sides. So I got negative 36x plus 14 greater than equal to 10x and 36 because I multiplied 4 throughout. So negative 36x, negative 10x greater than equal to negative 36, negative 14, negative 46x is greater than equal to negative 40, 50, 50. Yeah. If I divide by negative on both sides, I get 46x lesser than equal to 50. I divide 2 on both sides, I get 23x lesser than equal to 25. Now remember, I divided by 2. Had I divided by negative 2, then this is what would have happened. Had I divided by negative 2, I would have got negative 23x. My sign would flip and a negative 25. Understood? Yeah, but I didn't do that. Obviously, it was not required. But I'm just showing you what would have happened had you just divided by negative 2. But I'm dividing by 2. Okay? Yeah, right. So out here, if I divided by negative 2, yes, then this is step I would get directly. Not that one, that one. But I intentionally divided by um, two negative 1 first so that I could flip the sign, and then I divide by 2 to show it to you step by step so there's clarity. And so finally my x is less than equal to 25 by 23. So it's less than equal to. So on the number line, if this is 1 and this is 2, yeah. So this is somewhere closer to 1 and a solid circle, and lesser than this, like that. If it was only less than and not equal to, just less than, then it would be an empty circle. Understood? Okay, 4. 8x by 3 minus 6 upon 5 plus x is greater than 2 by 5. So least common multiple, meaning look for a common multiple of 3 and 5, but it should be the least common multiple. So the common multiples of 3 and 5 are 15, 30, 45, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So the least of them is 15. So always try and multiply by the least common multiple. It just simplifies the calculation. But then see, it's up to you. Yeah. Some people are happy doing it with 30 because 30 is a whole number, like a zero is there. So it's up to you. So I'm going to multiply by 15 throughout. So I get 40x. Yeah. And then I get 18 and then 15x and then greater than 6. Okay. So I've done the mental math out here, but if you just write 15, 15, 15, and 15, so 3 goes into 15 5 times, 5 are 40. 5 goes into 15 3 times, so 3 6 are 18. And out here, assume it's 1, so 1 goes into 15 15 times, 15x. And 5 goes into 15 3 times, so 3 2 is 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. So now I've got 40x, 50x, 55x greater than 6 plus 18. Yeah. 55x greater than 24. No common multiple between them. So x is greater than 24 by 55. So on the number line, if this is 0 and this is 1. 24 by 55 is roughly half, and it's an empty circle, and it's not on the other side this time. It is on the greater than side. Got it? Okay. Fifth one. 7 minus 8x plus 7x by 3 less than 4. I'll multiply throughout by 3. 21 minus 24x plus 7x less than 12. So minus 24x plus 7x is negative 17x. Yeah. And lesser than 12 and negative 21. So negative 17x is lesser than negative 9. I'll multiply with negative, so I get 17x greater than 9. So x is greater than 9 by 17 because I divided 17 on both sides. So on the number line, if this is 0 and 1, 9 by 17 is roughly half. So again, empty circle and here. 6. 23 plus 6x lesser than equal to 9 minus 10x. So I get 6x plus 10x is 16x lesser than equal to 9 plus 9 minus 23. So 16x is less than equal to negative 14. Yeah, I'm going to divide by 2, so I get 8x less than equal to negative 7. So x is less than equal to negative 7 over 8. Okay. Remember, I did not have to flip any sign or multiply with negative 1 because I got x without any, multiplication with negative 1. So on the number line, if this is 0, this is negative 1. Negative 7 by 8 is closer to negative 1, and it is lesser than. So from here till here. Yeah. Got it? Hmm. Use the number line. It gives you clarity. 7 plus. So I want to get rid of the 5. So I will multiply 5 throughout. Yeah. 35x plus 8 minus 20 greater than equal to 6 minus 100x. So that's 135x greater than equal to 6 minus 8 plus 20. So 135x greater than equal to 26 minus 8, 18. Yeah. Hmm. So x is greater than equal to 18 by 135, which I can simplify. Right. I should have simplified before, but I'll simplify it now. So this is 3 times 6, and this is 3 times 4, and 5. 3 and 3 goes. Again, I can simplify. This is 3 times 2, and this is 3 times 15. 3 and 3 goes. So x is greater than equal to 2 by 5. Yeah. Right. I think 2 by 15. 2 by 5. Hmm. Hmm. So on the number line, if this is 0, this is 1, 2 by 15 is very close to 0. There'll be a solid circle greater than 1. Got it? Yeah. So obviously it'll go all the way up to infinity. Yeah. 89 plus 8x minus 7x by 4 minus 4 greater than 0. So we'll multiply 4 throughout. Yeah. So 89 times 4 is 356. So 356 plus 32x minus 7x minus 16 greater than 0. So 32x minus 7x is greater than minus 356 plus 60. So that is 25x greater than minus 340. They both are multiples of 5. So 5x I divide by 5 minus 6 and 8. That's it. X is greater than negative 68 over 5. And on the number line, if this is 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Now, minus 68 by 5 is somewhere between negative 13 and negative 14. Okay, because 14 5 are 70 and 13 5 are 65, right? So let me put this as negative 60, negative 70. So I said it's between 14 and my bad. I said it's between 14 and 13, right? So let me put it this way, negative, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So between negative 13 and 14, I would say, yeah, somewhere here. And it's an empty circle, sorry. And it's greater than that. So all the way up to infinite. Yeah. Got it? Hmm. All right. 23x minus 9 less than 8 by 7 plus 4x. Excuse me. 19x less than 8 by 7 plus 9 multiply by 7 throughout. So 19 times 7 is 63. 133x right? Lesser than 8 plus 7 9 is 63. So 133x lesser than 71. Yeah. And x is lesser than 71 by 133. Okay. Figure it out on the number line where it is. Yeah. 4x by 5 minus 2 lesser than 8 by 9 plus 3x. Multiply by a common multiple of 5 and 9, which is, wow, 45. Right. So what I'm going to do is, instead of multiplying by 45, I'll first simplify by multiplying by 5, okay? So when I multiply by 5, because 45 is 5 times 9, so I can first multiply by 5, and then I'll multiply by 9. Understood? That way, I've gone step by step rather than simply multiplying by 45. Well, I'll just multiply by 5. I'm not complicating things. So write down 45 on the top. That way you know what you're multiplying by. And that way you know what is in the numerator. So 4x into 45 by 5 is 5 nines are 45. So 9 times 4 is 36x. This is negative 90. This is 9 goes into 45 5 times 5 is 40. And then you have 45 times 3 because it's by 1 and 1. right? So when you multiply with 45, you directly multiply by 3x, it's 135x. So then I'll take 36 on the other side. So negative 90, negative 40 is lesser than 135x minus 36x, which is 99x. And this is negative 130. Now, no common multiple, so I've got 130 by 99 is lesser than x, or I can say x is greater than negative 130 by 99. Okay, that's it. We are done with this inequalities worksheet. And like I said, as we, I think in the intermediate algebra, so this is elementary algebra. So in the intermediate algebra and advanced algebra, somewhere in between, right? You learn how to do inequalities for quadratic equations. So for example, something like this, x squared plus 4x minus 5 usually have equal to 0 and you find the values of x. But if you have quadratic inequalities, you'll have something like lesser than 0 or lesser than equal to 0 or something like that. Understood? So this is like the fun part. And so was this. Yeah, no doubt. But to reach this part, you need to master the linear inequalities. Understood? So worksheet is um, can be downloaded from the link provided in the description of this video. Thank you. Bye.